Hey everyone, Gil here at Camppatton Family Compound. I'm out here in the shop working on the project of trying to get it insulated and winterized and everything. And this started out yesterday, and I didn't video it yesterday because I was just kind of dinking around, and one thing led to another. And I was muttering some not too nice things as I was discovering stuff. So let me show you what I was looking at here. All right, so this is the electrical panel. And all the wires going up. And so I get to go around and catch it up there. All the wires just laying across up there, running in weird places that way. Let's see if I can get this one over here to show up over here. All the wires just laying around. And I noticed there was a problem. Let's see here. When I was working on the patio door outside, the patio roof outside the door here, I had to take out, so I can get a tip up there. See that little hole there in the center up there? Well, that was for a motion sensor light that was out there that was getting eliminated. And when I took it out and undid the wiring for it, I discovered a few problems up there. Brandon had a habit of, well, he didn't know how to wire stuff, and he had a habit of wiring it totally wrong, and it's getting worse. So what I have here is, I'll tell you what happened there first. I don't know if you can see the loose wires coming down to the, if I get my hand to move right. No, wrong way. There we go. The wires coming down there. What he did is he had the wire coming from the breaker over there, up, over, down into here, had it tie into the junction box, and then wire goes on to do some other lights and stuff. And then he ran a wire back down to the switch down here, which is wrong. And then I noticed all this wiring rat's nest up here. That's what all that weird wiring stuff. And then I started following the wires to where they went to. And I pulled the panel off here, trying to figure out, and I was doing breakers and stuff. And so there's a wire here. Let's see if I can get up here, show you, without wiping it out here. Okay, you see the white wire? I just ran that white wire, but there's a yellow wire up there. Well, that yellow wire came over to the other side here, so let's walk around over to the other side here. Put the tripod up over everything. Okay, so if I can get in here about wiping everything out here. So that wire, I'll get it up here to show it. Right up on this pole here, a yellow wire comes over, and then it comes down through here, and then down to the plug down here. All right, not so bad about that. And then, let me get it over here. It continues on to the plug over in the corner, then to this plug right out over here. If I can get it, there we go. Right down there. From there, things went weird. Get over here so you can actually see this stuff. All right, so I have disconnected the wire here that was inside there, because that wire ran up there, it is there, crossover, and tied into that light there, the light right up there. So basically, he had coming to all the plugs, then it went to the light. From the light, if I can catch it here, get in the right spot here, there is, it's hard trying to maneuver this around here. All right, so there is a wire coming across over there, right there, and comes down to the light switch over here. Problem is, when he wired it, I'm trying to get there, the lights out of there we go. So when he wired it up here, what he did was, in the box, he ran the power line up in. He had a line coming from the other lights over here on this side into the box. And then he had the light fixture itself. And then he had the switch one coming in. Well, he wired the blacks together on, first he wired all the white together, not bad. Then he wired the blacks together, except that from the power, he ran the black to the white coming down to the switch. I mean, basically, yeah. So the switch, it was backwards going down to the switch and everything. And so, if you go to mess with the switch, if you're in there working on it, the white wire was hot all the time, and the black wire was on the switch. Problem is, what you're supposed to be doing is running power to the switch, from the switch to the lights. That way, when you turn off the switch, it turns off all the power to the lights. Not here. You had power up in that junction box up there, and the power was running to all the lights, and there was power to the lights, but the neutral was on the switch up there. I mean, it's all screwed up. I mean, it was bad. I mean, I'm just getting confused with all the stuff he had all screwed up. So basically, I cut that, disconnected it up there, connected the switch in like it's supposed to be. Over here at the switch, I ran from, if I can get there, from over there, that white wire runs up, runs across there. You can see the white wire is still hanging up there. I haven't put it all the way in. Ran it down in, got it tied in. The other problem, hang on a second here. The other problem is the way he secured the wiring to the walls and stuff. Let's see if I can get over here and show this to you. I'm bumping the things here. Okay, right there, metal staples. Metal staples have been outlawed in a lot of states for years because you get homeowners in doing stuff and they beat on it and they hit it too hard and they cut the insulation. Now on the outside it may look okay, but the inner insulation will be cut sometimes. So that's why that's not allowed anymore. And it hasn't been allowed here since before he built the shop. So I don't know where he got the staples at. I can't even find them for sale anywhere. And yeah, so basically I'm going around pulling all the metal staples out and putting in the new plastic ones. Let me show you what those look like. Over here, where I got them setting. Yeah, this wasn't well planned out. So these are the staples, and you can see they're plastic with two little brads in them. Hang on a second, let me open this up for you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So basically you put it over the wire and then you drive the staples down in with the hammer. And that way you're not damaging the Romex, the wiring. And these are fairly easy to remove, a lot easier than the metal staples are. You can needle those pliers, you can get in there and just set that down. You can just get in there and grab the edge here and give it a tweak, and you can pull it up a little bit, work it up, and get them out. So, yeah, I'm going to be going around replacing it. I got 2 boxes of these things. And there's what, 175 in each box. So I'll probably may need a box, bucket, container, whatever you want to call this. I may need to go around and need another one after I go around and replace all these things. And he stacked a lot of them. Now, what do I mean by stacked? Let's see if this one here, if I can get this here about banging into everything with the tripod. That was my foot. Right there. He stacked wires and used one staple to hold the two wires in place. And some people I say, oh, that sounds okay. It's being economical. It's also being unsafe. That was one of the things my dad and a friend of ours who was an electrical engineer taught us. You run each one on its own separate one. You don't stack them. You don't group them, because if you need to take one out, now you got to work the staples out. And this was back in the 60s. And then they finally eliminated the staples. And he goes, the big problem was stacking them is they really wound up cutting wires. So anyway, so I got to do that. I'm going to be changing that one out. Then, so I'll be stapling here, and I'll do a little video part here of it, just so you can see how I staple them in. Then, as I was checking things out, the same thing for the main lights up here, the blinding lights here. All right, so there's 4 lights on one switch here. What do? Hang on here. All right, so there's the breaker. There's the switch. Rather than running the power from the breaker to the switch and then up to the lights, he ran it up to the lights with the power, hooked it in there, and I'm not sure how it's wired up there yet. I haven't looked at it. Then back over and down to the switch. So there's no telling what that looks like, what that's going to look like over there. Then I can catch the other ones down here. They're not on, but down past that light, right down, I just had it there, I just lost it. There is another light bulb. There's a couple going across the back side of the shop there that are on a switch on the back wall. Are 3 more lights. They do the same thing. He ran power up over to the plugs on the back part of the wall over there, from the plug receptacles up to the lights, and then from the one light junction box, he ran the switch wire down. Totally wrong again. So I'm going to be rewiring those lights. I'm going to be rewiring these lights, and then the lights above me here, these 4 lights are on another switch, and they're wired wrong too, because he ran up on that breaker. He ran the power up here. I'm trying to look around and see which way he ran it to. Okay. It looks like he ran it to the, see if I can get it to show here without blinding you guys here. Next to the, okay, right? If we get my hat to block it, there we go. There is a plug receptacle right there that the garage door is plugged into. And there's one over there. So it ran to that receptacle, to this receptacle. Then he ran it into the light up there, and across to all the lights and stuff, and then tied off of the wires coming off of one of the lights there back down to the power. So, back down to the light switch. So he ran the power up here to everything, and then tied in, I bet he's tied into the neutral again, down to the switch. So basically he's turned the neutral off, which if you have a ground line up there and you get a short, it's going to turn everything on. So I'm just really, so I'm going to be spending a couple extra days just doing electrical fixing here in the shop before I can start putting the boards up, which are coming. Today is Thursday. I was at Home Depot, ordered the 90 sheets of the OBS material, and that's coming on Saturday. And then I start throwing up the OBS material. So I got to get all the wiring done before I start putting, well, I can start doing in the room over there. I can do that room back there because I already got that wiring fixed. So I got to, before I can do it out here, I got to get the wiring out here fixed. So everything, you know, so the outlets, receptacle outlets are on one breaker. The lights are on a different breaker. That way, when you accidentally plug something in, he has lots of plugs on here. So he could overload these plugs really easy. And so if you overload it and trips the breaker, your lights go out. Well, that's why I'm putting them on separate circuits so that if it gets overloaded, it trips, lights stay on, I can see what's going on. Alrighty, so give me a second here, and let's move this around, and we'll put some staples in. This set up here right. I'm not going to make you watch me do all of them, so I'm just going to do a couple of them and then you'll see how it goes. So I put extra wire in this area here for him to work on here. See if I can work around this stuff here. Yeah, this whole thing is just kind of a cluster right now because I'm trying to get stuff done so I get the stuff up here. So I take one staple here, and actually what I need to do probably, just put the ladder on the other side. I'm going to start at the top and work down. So I work down to the switch. So I have my any extra cable here down loosed on the back side here. That gives me cable to pull out if I need to replace something later on. So let me get up here, see if I get this aimed right so you can catch me all the way up at the top there. There we go. So I just kind of put it off to the side here. Tap one side. This ain't gonna work too good for you guys to see. I tap first one side in a little bit, the other side. I just keep on nailing it a little bit more and more. Man, that board's hard. And it's cold here too. I am freezing my butt off out here. All right, next one I want to do right here. It's the cable so it's laying flat all the way down. Now I just noticed right up here that he had stapled one wire first and then laid the other wire right on top of it and did a double staple right next to the other staple. These are 2x6 walls. He has room to, to put them side by side by side and not have to do that crap. Oh. These are what the metal staples look like that he was using, because I pulled some of these out. This one's going to be a little more difficult with the temporary rack here, but I think I can work around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little bit of extra flex, not very much, but I got a little bit extra here. I can work with if I need to in the future. that is some hard dried out wood. Okay, so I got that done, and I'm not going to make you watch me do this stuff up on top, but that's trying to get the wiring here taken care of. And here's the thing: for lights only, if you have a light only circuit, you only need 14 gauge wire, to do the lights. And especially if you're using LEDs, that's even less wattage on it and amperage. So I'm going to be fixing this whole thing up here. Yeah, he used some heavy duty outdoor wiring in here, 12 gauge wiring, and he has it on 15 amp circuits, 20 amp circuits, and 30 amp circuits. If you're on a 15 amp circuit, you only need to have 14 gauge. But anyways, I'm going to get to the rest of this here. I'm going to let you go, and I will keep you updated on all the fun stuff I'm doing out here.